Okay. Bonjour tout le monde. Bonjour Martin de l'Institut français. Bonjour Professor Batra, our executive team from Office of English and Foreign Languages from General School of Language and Literature. Thank you so much for taking our time, Martin and Professor Batra. Today is an interactive session on DELF and DALF French exams, which is very important to the students, of course. And I would like to present to you, Martin. Of course, the session is going to be in English because it's open for all students who would like to learn, and we're in the process of learning a little bit of French. And once the session is over, please feel free to pose your questions to get the clarity on all the terms of what we have. Before I move forward, I would like to present our speaker for today, Martin Leda from Institut Français. And after that, I would like Professor Batra to please say a few words and to conclude the session. So, to add to Martin, Martin Leda is, she has many master degrees to add to her profile, and she has master in economics, business management from University of North, also masters in human resource management from La Valley, and masters in linguistics from University of Grenoble. She has taught French at the French Institute in Rabat, Morocco, and then took charge of DELF exams. Since 2018, she has been associated with international cooperation in French language at EFI, which is French Institute in India. And she's in charge of the entire Northern region and handling all the exam sessions. So, merci Marlène, vous êtes ici toujours et vous avez partagé avec nous des informations très importantes. And I request Professor Batra to please say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Navriti. It's such a pleasure to have Ms. Marilyn Lydeen, Attaché for Cooperation in French Language in North Zone, working with French Institute in India. Thank you so much, Dr. Lydeen, for sparing time to enlighten us all, students as well as faculty members, about the importance of French DELF exams. And I'm really very impressed when I know that this is going to lend a lifetime validity to the students who take this exam and qualify for it. I'd also like to welcome other members of our team if they happen to be here. I can't see them. Well, friends, French, as we know, is the official language of no less than 29 countries in the world. And there are some 80 million native speakers as well. And all the number grows to very impressive figures, like 98 million people. They come from a country where French is commonly used. Now, that being the scenario, and the fact that all of us who are studying in these times have a world of opportunities before us. It's not merely the geographical world, it's also the world of opportunities for anyone who aspires to make it big, whether in business or any other activity. The entire world is open to us. And in case we have acquaintance with more than one language, which is English, for most of our purposes in India, then this naturally gives us an edge in this competitive world. And one thing more, when we learn more than one language, it is also a psychological finding that we become more creative and our intellect becomes more sharp. So keeping that thing in mind, I'll definitely urge student community here at JGU to learn different languages and be able to be prepared to face the world in future when they go out into the wide world. Dr. Navriti, my colleague, is a very enthusiastic member of Office of English and Foreign Languages, which sponsors the Center for Foreign Languages. She has had a very good experience in organizing talks and seminars. And I've been watching with interest all that she has been doing and contributing to the academic life in JGU. So without taking much of your time, I have my best wishes for this program. And I know that students are going to gain a lot from this talk that will be delivered by Ms. Lydon. Thank you so much for inviting me here.
Thank you so much, Professor Batra, for coming with us. And I move on to Martin. Martin, s'il vous pouvez présenter, s'il vous plaît. Merci.
Bonjour tout le monde. Good afternoon, everyone. Dear Navriti, dear Professor Batra, dear students, thank you very much for this invitation for, sorry, for this live session about DELF exam. So you are already studying French and you made the right decision, I guess. And I think you have a very good teacher working with you to learn French. If you want to enhance your French language, so let me just share my screen before starting up. Voilà. Is it visible for everyone? Hello?
I'll say he has started screen sharing, but as of now, we can't see anything.
Okay, I have an issue because my screen is becoming black, like all dark, so I can't see anything anymore.
So, c'est le problème de votre côté ou est-ce que c'est...
Yeah.
Ah, d'accord. Marlene, can you please reshare the screen? Vous pouvez partager encore une fois.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
Vous pouvez m'écouter, Marlène? Oui? Oui?
Navriti, vous m'entendez?
Oui, oui, bien sûr. Est-ce que vous pouvez m'entendre, Marlène? Oui?
Oui, je vous entends, c'est bon.
Ça va? Ça marche? C'est bien?
Oui, ça fonctionne. Alors, je vais partager mon écran. Est-ce que vous pouvez me donner le partage d'écran, s'il vous plaît?
Oui, it was right. Yes, oui, you need it. You oui, ça fait Marlène, vous pouvez le faire.
Non, ça ne fonctionne pas. On me dit que c'est désactivé.
Ok. Yes, Marlène, tu es déjà là, oui. Tu peux partager, pas de souci.
Maintenant, c'est bon. OK. Okay, very sorry for the inconvenience, but I think we're good now.
Marlène, vous êtes là? Non? Vous êtes là?
Yes.
Oui, ça va. Oui.
Okay. Okay, super. Okay. So, very sorry for the small inconvenience. So, I start from the beginning. So I know that you are already learning French, which is a good decision. And I know that you are with a very good teacher, Dr. Navriti. So that's the best thing that you could have done for the moment. With the Alliance Française. We have now 15 Alliance Française in India. Before we used to have 14 Alliance Française plus the French Institute in Jaipur. Now the French Institute in Jaipur has become an Alliance Française. So if you have the project to travel or to work in a French-speaking country, you will need to speak French, definitely. This is the good news with the Alliance Française, that the pedagogy has been homogenized around one methodology. During your training, you will be put in everyday life communicative situations such as making purchases, introducing people, asking for services, writing a job application, convincing clients, for example. And the teachers are all certified and benefit high quality trainings in order to ensure the excellence of the courses. The Alliance Française also offers you the access to culture, whether it is music or cinema, access to the library as well. So you may go to the Alliance Française in Delhi, which is the closest to you.
But now that you speak French, you can certify your skills, definitely. But why certifying your skills? Showing officially that you are proficient in a language will give you an asset for your application in any higher education institution, even if your field isn't directly related to the language. You will show that you have been able to learn the language, that you are able to think differently and creatively. If you wish to study in France, if the program is taught in French language, you need to prove that you have reached at least a B2 level in French. If it's for a master's, usually they ask for a C1 level. If the program is taught in English, showing that you've made the effort to learn French will show your motivation to go to France, and it's a big asset for your application. It will also show that you will be able easily to adjust yourself to the country. So even A1 or A2 level is very, very useful to study in France, even if you choose an English taught program. Then it's also useful for your career, for your job application in India, France, or anywhere else. If you wish to work for an international company, or if you want to deal with Francophone countries, you will need to prove your language skills. Now, moving to the certification, DELF, Diploma in French Language Studies, and DALF, Advanced French Language Diploma, are officially certification awarded by the French Ministry of Education, France Éducation Internationale. They are worldwide recognized. More than 300,000 people have sat for the DELF or DALF all over the world in 2022. These diplomas have also a lifetime validity. So it is very interesting. It means that once you've cleared a level of DELF, whether it is A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, or C2 for DALF, it's valid for your lifetime. So unlike TCF or TEF, which are also certifications, more than tests than diplomas, when you sit for a TELF or a DALF exam, you register directly for a specific level. There are 6 independent levels of proficiency, A1, A2 for beginners and basic level, B1 and B2 are for independent level, and C1 and C2 advanced and mastery level. Each diploma is indeed independent. You don't need to pass A1 before B2, before A2, or B1 before B2. It is a very flexible assessment system. So if your teacher or you assess your French language skills level as B2, you can directly register for DELF B2 exams. So just take the advice of your teacher, or you may also ask Alliance Française for the advice. It is up to you to choose your most appropriate level. How does it work now? For each 6 level, for the 6 levels, 4 skills are assessed: listening and reading comprehension, speaking and writing. Now, to clear the DELF, you must get a minimum score of 50 points out of 100. For each skill, you can be awarded up to 25 points. You must score at least 5 points in each skill. If you score then less than 5 points in any skill, you will be considered eliminated. So each skill, whether it is listening comprehension, reading comprehension, writing and speaking, can give you up to 25 points. So you have 14 exam centers in India, And for 2023, the coming sessions are in March, June, July, September, and December. For the next session of March, the registration will start on 13th of February, I guess. Let me check. Yes, 13th of February, directly at the Alliance Française Delhi. So you may find all the exam centers on this website, ifindia.in/certifications, and you will find all the exam centers, all the dates, all the calendar for the year 2023. And if you want more information, you can scan the QR code to find the website. For any question, do not hesitate to contact me at mla@ifindia.in or to contact my colleague Kripalini Separsad at kac@ifindia.in. Now, maybe you have some questions, especially regarding the preparation of the exams. So I will stop sharing my screen and I will just wait for the questions, and then I can explain you how to get ready for the exam. I'm listening to you.
Also, in the meantime, students, if you have any questions, please go ahead. Yes. Any questions? Yes. No? Yes, we have a professor here. Yes, please.
Sorry, I'm completely new to the idea. I wanted a brief overview of how this started.
Just Margaret, are you able to hear the question?
No, I didn't hear. Can you repeat or type it on the discussion on the chat box?
Yes.
Because the voices are not very clear, actually.
Yes, yes.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so I wanted to understand how the English taught course or how the pedagogy of the English taught course is done, and how does that correlate to me learning French? That was something I didn't understand.
Okay, so what I meant is that let's say you want to study management, okay, and you want to study management in France, but you find a program where the management is taught in English. French, of course, is not required to attend the class, to attend the course, but if you apply, definitely DELF will be an asset for your application. First, it will show that you are motivated to study in France, that you are motivated by the country, that you are ready to make an effort to live in the country with the French language. And secondly, if you apply for a scholarship, this is also an asset for your scholarship, because, for example, me being a part of the juries times to times, if I compare two applications for scholarship and I see one student who made the effort to learn French and to get his or her competencies certified, and there is another one who hasn't learned French, of course, I will prefer the one who made the effort. It shows the motivation. And it will help you also to adjust to the country. Did I answer the question?
Maybe I got it wrong. Maybe you can translate it to her. I wanted to know how it is taught in English and how that translates into learning French. Because one of the slides said that the course is taught in English, or it's an English taught course.
No. Margaret, you mean to say, do we teach French in English or something?
Yeah, like is a part of it done?
No. Like French is never taught in English. Like French is taught in French. When I said English taught programs, I was talking about higher education. I was not talking about French. I don't know if I understand your question, but yeah.
Also, were you talking about the benefits of learning French and for higher education courses?
Yes, for higher education courses in France, where sometimes some programs are taught in English.
I see. Thank you so much. That clarifies it.
Okay, no problem.
Anyone else has any questions? I'll just check if anyone is there.
So maybe me, I have a question for the students.
Yes.
If you want to get ready for the exam, how will you do? What are your techniques or tips? How are you going to get ready for the exam? Any idea, someone?
Raghavi, how would you get ready for the exam?
I personally.
Yes. Mike. Yes. How would you get ready for the exam?
Well, I personally did take a French exam in Cambridge, so I would probably go back and take my Cambridge book, which taught me French for 3 years. And apart from that, I probably watched a lot of music episodes in French, and I would try talking to my French friends back in Chennai, and also try speaking a lot, because that's what my French friends and everybody else have told me, speak, even if it's bad or whatever, go look at yourself in the mirror and try speaking an hour every day, so you can at least master a few words.
Yes, that's a very good idea. The more you speak, the faster you will improve yourself. So the exam DELF is based on communication. As you've seen, understanding, whether it is listening or reading, and speaking and writing. So the more you speak, the more you will be comfortable with the language. Also, it's a good idea to listen to music or to watch some French films or series. If you want to train, we also have a lot of resources, online resources. You can go on RFI, Radio France Internationale. They have exercises to train yourself for listening comprehension, which is the toughest part, for the students usually. Because yes.
I have attended Alliance Française in Chennai.
Yeah.
So I think they have mentioned the listening exercise, and I think they could show me once. So yes, it was very tough. Listening is the one thing that.
Yeah, usually because you are not in the linguistic environment and you are not used to listen to French language. However, we also have on the website France Éducation Internationale some samples where you have samples of the exams, and you can train yourself with listening exercises, reading exercises, and also speaking and writing. For speaking, maybe Mrs. Nabriti will help you also.
Mais Marianne, est-ce que c'est possible de démontrer le RFI ou
Oui, alors je vais repartager mon écran et je vais vous montrer. Hop. RFI, savoir. Okay, you can choose your language. Now it's in French. I put it in English if it's easier for you. Usually exercises, certificates. Let's see what's okay. All DELF training sessions. So usually it's for B2. Let's see. If you train yourself for TCF, it will help you also for the DELF exercises. So you can also try those ones. So you can go on Le Français Facile avec RFI, Radio France Internationale. You have a lot of exercises to train yourself. And you have different levels. Even if it's for DFP is for professionals, but you can also work on it. You also have the B1 level and B2 level. Another resource is France Éducation Internationale. So you go on the website, it's open to everyone. And you can search, you type DELF. So this website will be in French, maybe you can have it in English. And you have the presentation of every exams. So for you, it's DELF tout public for the general public because you are adults, young adults, but adults. You can go there, then you will have the full general presentation of the exam, the target group, so you can check, but it's for you, the level assessed. So as I told you, A1, A2 are for basic users, B1, B2 for independent users for DELF, and DALF for advanced is C1 and C2. And then you can, let's say you want to do A1, A2 level. So you click on it. And it's not working. Let's try with A1. Okay, it's not working neither. So maybe they're like updating their website, but you will go in a few days and you will find a description of the exams and also some examples. And you can train yourself and you will have the correction as well. Any other questions?
If you have any questions, please pose your questions. If any questions, anything, those who are connected with us on Zoom, if you have any questions, please do ask. Yes.
Okay.
It's all very, very clear.
Okay, there is also something that I would like to add. Since last year, something new has happened because usually before, when you had passed, let's say, A2 level, and you had scored, let's say, 65%, and you wanted to improve your score, before you needed to give up the diploma that you had earned to register yourself and enroll yourself again for the exam. Now, even if you have passed A2 level with 65%, you can always enroll for the next session for the exam without giving up the previous diploma. So it's okay for you. I see some students who are like focused, so you can't hide.
See for you to ask these questions, get it sorted. Yes. I think, Marlene, they're quite clear with the questions, and
Okay.
they have it quite clear. Yes, please. I think we have one student. Please.
Okay.
Is there any limit to how many times you can give these exams?
Sorry, can you repeat?
How many times we can give these exams? Or like till a certain age?
So for DELF to public, you need to be minimum 17 years old. If it's the question, if I heard properly, and then there is no age limit. Like if you are 77 years old, you can also, or even 100 years old, you can also sit for the DELF.
And any limit on the number of attempts you can give?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Number of attempts. You have to be a little louder.
Number of attempts.
Any limit on the number of attempts?
No. You can always, but if you can't, if you've registered, let's say for this session of March, to register again, you need to wait for the result of the previous session. But whatever the result is, whether you passed or not, you can then after enroll again for the same exam. And there is no limit.
Any other question? Yes, we have one more question, Martin. Yes.
Yes.
We have to, Rahulji, we have to.
Okay.
Then there is one.
Ma'am, the question that you asked Rahul about how we plan to prepare for the exam, what would you suggest? What kind of sources should we use to prepare?
So as I told you, like listen to the radio a lot. If you want to go for the basic levels, let's say A1 and A2, just go on France Éducation Internationale. I don't know if you have a library at Original University, and if you have some DELF preparation methods, you can check as well. If not, you can always go to the Alliance Française. I know it's a little far from Sonipat, but if you get the chance to go for a weekend and visit the Alliance Française, you can check the books as well. So this is for the basic levels. When you reach B1 and B2, you can start also reading the newspapers in French. So some have articles for free on internet. You just have to check.
So just to add, Martin, what you said, we do have a lot of French books in our library. We also have a French space.
Okay.
Where we have books. Also, there's a language lab. So,
okay.
Yeah. So our students do have a lot. And yes, of course, as you mentioned, always process is definitely an addition. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Professor?
Hi. So my question might be very basic. It seems I'm sitting in a class of French students and there's a professor here as well. My question is, what is a real shot if someone's starting to learn French now? So in the dates that you mentioned this year, multiple exam dates, what would be a practical exam period to aim for if you start learning today for say exam?
Well, it depends if you do on an intensive pace or extensive. If you do once or twice a week, I think you may reach A1 by the end of the year. Usually to reach A1 level, we say that you need around 100 hours of learning. And then for A2, you need to add another 100 hours. Then for B1, you need to add then again 180 hours. And for B2, again 180, and so on and so on. So depends of the pace of learning.
And just to follow up on that, so a person learning the A1 qualification, what does it translate into in terms of everyday conversation? How much are they able to converse?
Okay. So if you reach A1, you will be able to introduce yourself, talk about your family, talk about your surrounding, your everyday life, describe your house, describe your environment in simple ways. You will be able to do some transactions. I mean, you can go to the bakery, to the bookshop, to buy clothes, that kind of purchasing. So simple everyday life. You will be able to understand announcements in a train station or at the airport. You will be able to understand all the numbers, to take a phone number, to take a small and easy message, to give an appointment to someone, and to understand, to take an appointment also. Yeah.
That sounds like quite
a lot. It's already a lot even for basic level.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's worth the money and time.
So what I understand what I suggest for you, the very useful thing is to learn the numbers. Numbers are very useful because when you go to purchase something, you will need to say, j'ai besoin de un pain au chocolat ou deux pains au chocolat ou trois. For the price, it will be numbers. Timings for an appointment, numbers. If you want to pay, if you want to take a phone number, numbers. So numbers are very important. So train yourself to listening to numbers, and also not only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, until 10, but you will also have to learn 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, until 100, 200, until 1000. For A1, it's very important. And then family members, directions. Direction is also important. How a city is organized, la maison, l'église, la poste, all the buildings of the city. So a lot of things actually, but it comes very easily actually, I think, and very fast. But numbers is the key.
Thank you so much. It sounds very similar to learning Japanese, where they start with the introductions and the numbering is similar till 100 and then converts to 1000. And then you have to learn putting the prefix before each of
Yes. Yeah, you will learn the grammar. Of course, it's important, but it comes like that. Don't focus too much on grammar. Focus on communicating, how to communicate. And then grammar will come. Grammar is only a tool. It's not an objective. It's only a tool.
Any other questions? So, Mahlin, I think it seems it's all sorted.
Okay.
And I don't think students have any questions as such because you have been very, very clear in terms of dates and how to go about it and how to prepare themselves.
So, merci beaucoup, and definitely do not hesitate to contact me. And
Sure.
I hope to meet you in real very soon.
Yes. We really look forward, Mahlin, and merci beaucoup.
Merci à vous.
Vous avez partagé des connaissances très précieuses avec nos étudiants. Thank you so much for taking our time. Thank you.
Merci Navriti et merci à tout le monde et bon courage pour le DELF. Bonne chance.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Bye.